He was never on the ice. But on the night Team USA won Olympic gold, Johnny Gaudreau was everywhere. When Jack Hughes buried the overtime winner to seal a 2-1 victory over Canada at the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan, Italy. The gold medal celebration that followed was unlike anything the sport had seen in decades. The United States had not claimed Olympic gold in men's hockey since the Miracle on Ice in 1980. But for all the history being written that Sunday night, the most unforgettable moment had nothing to do with the scoreboard. As the confetti fell and the crowd roared inside the arena, Zach Werenski and Dylan Larkin skated toward the stands and carefully lifted two small children over the boards and onto the ice. 3-year-old Noah and 2-year-old Johnny Jr., the children of the late Johnny Gaudreau, were carried out to join their father's teammates in the gold medal photo. Johnny Jr. was celebrating his second birthday that very night, February 22nd, a date his father had personally chosen because of travel timing. The image of those two children standing beside their dad's number 13 jersey surrounded by gold medalists stopped the sporting world cold. Gaudreau, widely known throughout the NHL as Johnny Hockey, died on August 29, 2024 at just 31 years old. He and his brother Matthew were struck and killed by a drunk driver while riding their bicycles in New Jersey. The tragedy happened just days before the brothers were set to celebrate their sister Katie's wedding, a detail that made an already devastating loss feel even more cruel. Gaudreau had played 11 seasons in the league, spending time with the Calgary Flames and the Columbus Blue Jackets, and had compiled 243 goals and 500 assists across his career. According to U.S. head coach Mike Sullivan, Gaudreau would have been on the Olympic roster had he lived. The 2026 Games were supposed to be his long-awaited Olympic debut, given that NHL players did not participate in the 2018 or 2022 editions. From the very beginning of the tournament, Team USA made clear that Gaudreau was still a part of this group. His jersey hung in the team's locker room throughout the entire Games, the same gesture the program had made during the Four Nations tournament the previous year. When the Americans advanced to the gold medal game, the jersey was still there. And when the final horn sounded and the celebration spilled onto the ice in Milan, Matthew Tkachuk, who had shared a locker room with Gaudreau for 6 seasons in Calgary, skated a lap carrying the jersey in full view of the crowd. Fans inside the arena responded with a spontaneous chant of Johnny Hockey, filling the building with his name on the biggest night of the tournament. Werenski, who played alongside Gaudreau in Columbus, described the moment of bringing the children onto the ice as something the players had simply wanted to do. We saw them up there, and we wanted to get the whole family on, but it was kind of hard with the gate, so we figured we'd grab the kids, he said. Austin Matthews reflected on how Gaudreau's presence had been felt throughout the run. To be able to get it done like that, to win, to have his jersey out there in the team photo, have his kids come out and be with us, we're obviously thinking of him, Matthews said. Watching from the stands was Meredith Gaudreau, Johnny's widow, who at the time of his death had been pregnant with their third child. She held their youngest Carter, who wasn't able to attend the game because she hadn't yet arranged his passport, a detail she later shared with characteristic warmth on Instagram, alongside a photo of the baby watching the game from home. In her posts following the gold medal win, Meredith was visibly emotional. She reposted footage of the players carrying her children onto the ice and wrote simply, "Means everything to me. I think John too, most of all." In a separate message directed to her late husband, she added, "Very proud of you, Johnny Hockey. You are so loved. Me most." She also expressed gratitude to Johnny's parents, Jane and Guy Gaudreau, who had flown to Italy ahead of Friday's semifinal against Slovakia and stayed by her side all weekend. "So proud of my mother-in-law," she wrote. "Both her and Pop were my rock this weekend, even when it's incredibly hard for them." The following morning, Katie Gaudreau, Johnny, and Matthew's sister appeared on Fox News Channel's Fox and Friends to speak about what the tribute had meant to her family. She described the confusion and emotion she felt while watching the post-game celebration unfold in real time. She had assumed the tribute was complete once Tkachuk skated with the jersey. Then she noticed the players pausing before the team photo. "We were like, what are they doing? What are they doing?" she recalled. When she realized they were going into the stands to bring out her nephew and niece, she was overwhelmed. "When they went and got Johnny on his second birthday and Noah, it truly meant the world to us," she said. "This is what John wanted for his children. He wanted them to experience these experiences, these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that he worked so hard for. Katie also touched on what she believed might have been at work during some of Canada's near misses throughout the tense 2-1 game. She said she watched several shots that seemed certain to go, and somehow failed across the line, and laughed that her brothers would have loved every second of the drama. They like a nail-biter, so they probably would have been chirping everyone, she said. But they would have been proud. I think there were a couple times where they might have had a little help in saving those pucks. She acknowledged that grief was still a daily reality for her family, but said the hockey community had made it possible to keep moving forward. There's no processing. We're still taking it day by day, she said. But because of the help of the hockey community and really North America as a whole, we've been able to go one step further every day. No parent, wife, sister, or children should ever have to experience this tragedy. Gaudreau never competed at an Olympic Games. He represented the United States at 4 World Championships and was part of the under-23 team North America at the 2016 World Cup of Hockey, but the Olympics had always remained out of reach due to NHL scheduling conflicts. Milan in 2026 was meant to be the chapter that finally changed that. Instead, his family stood on the ice in his place surrounded by gold medalists who made sure the world knew his name. For those who watched the moment unfold, whether inside the arena in Italy or on screens around the world, the scene of 2 toddlers standing beside their father's jersey while fans chanted Johnny Hockey was the kind of thing sports rarely delivers and never forgets. It was a gold medal night that belonged to the whole team and somehow still found a way to belong to one man who wasn't there. If this tribute moved you the way it moved millions of fans watching from home, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think is the most powerful way sports communities have honored those they've lost? Drop your response, hit like if this story resonated with you, and subscribe so you never miss a moment like this one.